Happy weekend, Knicks Nation. I hope you're enjoying your weekend and that you're all safe and healthy this weekend. Welcome, Brother Malik and Flatbush and Javon Cherokee, Miss Lumley, Steve Baptiste. Welcome to all of you. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Everything is safe. We're now in the worst part of the year to me. It's after the Summer League and it's before the season. There's probably about 6 weeks of total deadness. It's the worst time of the year. Now, we, as the Knicks, do have one more move to make. And we know that they're going to make that move soon, before training camp. They got one more move to make. So that is what we're kind of waiting for, or at least that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for one more move. I'm looking for that next guy that you have to pay either the third string five or the second string five, depending on who it is. Good afternoon, Jersey Nick and the Wolf in New York City. V Spec, welcome to you. And Andrew Abraham, my brother, welcome to you. Clint Stewart, welcome. Yeah, we are waiting for that shoe to drop. That's the last thing. And now that LeBron James has signed with Philadelphia, I think some dominoes are going to fall. I believe a lot of players and probably teams were waiting to see where he ended up and when that signing takes place so that they could start making their moves. And I think that's the case because it sounds like there were some sour grapes, like Draymond Green is in his feelings because apparently LeBron talked about going to Golden State. Apparently the Heat had even started to schedule a press conference anticipating him coming to Miami, and that didn't happen either. So here he is in Philadelphia. Now, the thing that many people discount, especially in the NBA 2K world, is the value of continuity. Continuity is extremely important in basketball, especially pro basketball is extremely important. Even in college, you don't have as much continuity because you have a lot of players. The best players leave after 1 year. See, so the best players in college, if they go to college, they leave after their first year. A lot of players do that. That's been going on for many years. So is pro ball, you get some continuity, but because of the second apron, you end up breaking it up. So now, like for example, Oklahoma City. When you look at Oklahoma City, they really, they had to break up their team because of the second apron. They had to break up their team, and so now they still, because they have a ton of first round picks still, because they still have a lot of young talent. They still have a tremendous team. So their starting five, though, they lose a big one in Lou Dort. A big loss is Lou Dort. That's a huge loss. And then AJ Mitchell is another. I think they lost him too, but they still got Caruso. They got Kendrick Williams still. They got, they still got a team. They got McCain. They got a team still. Of course, they got Shea. So they still got a tremendous team. But you can't lose that many. Then, I guess what I'm saying now is the reasons why the Knicks have a very good chance of being the first team in 8 years to repeat. Yeah, Isaiah Joe went to Detroit. That's right, Malik. He did. He went to Detroit. AJ Mitchell. That's right. Joe and Wiggins are going right. You're right, Abraham. Thanks for that. Yeah, so Isaiah Joe and Wiggins have left Oklahoma City. But my point is that Joe and Wiggins were rotation players. And now you missed two rotation players, young rotation players that you're missing. Okay. And that was in order to re-sign Isaiah Hartenstein, who had to take a pay cut, which he did, to stay there. Okay. So the thing is, the thing is, LeBron, and I believe it was Barkley that said this. I saw him say this on social media. LeBron always tries to stack up teams. Like he started when he went to Miami. He went to Miami with Bosh and Wade. Then he comes back to Cleveland and he gets Kyrie and he stacks a bunch. Then he goes to LA with AD. Now he's in Philly with Embiid and Maxey and Jalen, he's always trying to stack his teams, but he doesn't always win with those stats. He won with Miami. If you want to count the bubble, he won with Lakers. He won with Cleveland. But these last few years in Lakerland has not been successful. And Philly, you and I know Joel Embiid ain't playing more than 50 games. He's just not going to be playing more than 50 games. Okay. So you can't count on him for the regular season. And just like we did last year with Mitch Rob, they're going to have to preserve him for the playoffs and hope his legs hold up. Okay. So most of the year, Philly is not going to be playing with most of the regular season. They're not going to be playing with Joel Embiid. Their regular season, they're going to have to be using their bench mob, and they'll be using Adam Bona, Barlow, Broom. They'll be using them guys. Okay. Then Paul George is not there. Quentin Grimes is not there. You got VJ Edgecombe. Of course, he's still there. Edwards. Now you got Anthony Simons. Okay. And then they're getting Caldwell Pope, which I think it's just me. But I think Caldwell Pope's a little past his prime now. And I'm not saying he can't be as effective, but he's not the Caldwell Pope of a few years ago. He's not. He's not that guy. So they're trying to cobble together a team to beat the Knicks. They're trying to cobble together a team to beat the Knicks. The Celtics have more continuity because you have White and Tatum that have been together. You have White and Tatum that have been together in Boston for a few years. You still have, the Cater kid. He's been playing together with them now for 2-3 seasons. You still have Sam Hauser. You still have, a core, Jordan Walsh, Shireman, Peyton Pritchard. These guys have played together for a few seasons now. So they're maybe better than we think because they have some continuity. And that's why we're also looking at the possibility of a big comeback by Indiana, because all those guys have played together. They've been together for a while now. So now you're going to have a healthy Halliburton back with a crew that has been together, and actually made it to the finals 2 years ago. So that's going to be important. I don't think Philly is going to be as successful as people are hyping. And if you recall, when they first got PG-13, everybody was hyping. If you recall, people were like, Philly's going to be the team to beat, and they weren't. And then when they first got Harden, they were supposed to be a team to beat, and they weren't. Okay, so that's up, Ms. Edwards. So Detroit's going to be good. Detroit's going to be good. Now they're missing Beef Stew. I want to see what they do with Duran. It's going to be very interesting. If they sign Duran, they will be tough. They will be a tough team, but it's going to hurt them cap-wise later. It's going to pay. They're going to pay for that later cap-wise. So it depends on what Detroit wants to do. Does Detroit want to try to win now or build for later? Okay, we have to see. How that. I don't know what they're going to do, but losing Beef Stew was a bigger loss than most people understand. Losing Tobias Harris was a bigger loss than most people understand. Malik Beasley's problems is a bigger loss. Now with Malik, at least they got Duncan Robinson. They got Duncan Robinson who fills in more than adequately for Malik Beasley. But what you going to do about Tobias Harris? I've never been a big fan of. He could play. Okay, I'm not saying he can't play. He's a definitely high-level pro player. He is. But I've never been a big fan of Collins. I've never been a big Collins guy. Collins is a tweener to me. He's a guy that really could be a power forward, but doesn't really dominate as a power forward. And he's a guy that could be a small forward. I think that's probably his best position, but he doesn't have the agility. And then he's a guy that could play some five, but he's not a dominant five either. So I've never been a huge Collins fan, honestly, since he come out of Wake Forest, but he could play. Okay. But to me, they don't, he is not a makeup for Tobias Harris. He's not the guy to become Tobias Harris for him. Tobias Harris is a very professional. He really is. And so, but Detroit, is going to be good because of Cade. If I'm Detroit, I'm building around Cade. When they got him, everybody they got was built around him. So you got Thompson around him. Okay. You got Thompson around him. You got Duran still around him. I don't know what they're going to do this year, but Cade alone causes them to be a contender. And now they got enough around with Thompson, with Duran, even Collins. You got enough around him, to make it interesting. Now, losing Jaden Ivey, whatever he's tripping on with his religion or whatever, that's going to hurt them. Jaden Ivey would have been a very good piece for them, but that's going to hurt them. So I don't know. It's, this is the thing. The reason I titled this iteration of today's live stream, Pressurized, Still Don't Break, is because there's going to be a lot of pressure in the East. It's going to be a dogfight in the East, especially since the Knicks won. It's going to be a dogfight. The last thing anybody wants is the Knicks repeat. That's the last thing anybody wants. So I'm talking about outside of Knicks Nation. So it's going to be a dogfight in the East. It is. And the team that breaks is going to be out. The team that stays together is going to be in. And that's why it's important that the Knicks have that continuity. Okay. That's why it's important that they have the continuity. So the starting five knows each other. They know what they got to do. The bench understands. Now, the bench is a little newer. Losing Mitchell Robinson is big. Okay. But having back Alvarado, Clarkson, and Deuce is huge because each of those guys is capable of getting hot on any particular game and turning the game around. Deuce against Philly. Your Deuce come off the hernia surgery and hit 7 threes against Philly. That was the end of Philly. Right? That was the end of Philly right there. Okay. Now that can happen anytime. You can get Alvarado going off anytime. You can get West 4th Street going off anytime. Okay. Now they just need one more piece. And it don't have to be a superstar. Cisse was perfect. Cisse was perfect. But we just need one more piece. And then, of course, that's right, Andrew. There's Shaman, who also is capable of going off at any time. And then, of course, listen, if we don't trade, and I don't know I hope they don't, but if we don't trade Tyler Kolek, all you need to do is add one more big, and that daggone bench is dynamic. That bench is dynamic. Tyler Kolek, it's time for him to ball. I really feel it. It's time for him to ball. You got Shaman, who's going to ball. Deuce, who's going to ball. Then, of course, we mentioned already Alvarado and Clarkson. Drummond doesn't have to be Mitchell Robinson. He just has to be functional, and I believe he is. He just has to be functional, okay? Yeah. Yeah. So, wait, what's up, Jay Davis, Benjamin Albury, V Dash? What's up, y'all? This and Anthony, you got to stop tripping, bro. I mean, come on, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about, too. You got to stop tripping. Every piece of news that comes out of Brian Windbag or what's the other boy name you mentioned? I forgot his name. That's no need for us to trip. We good, y'all. We good. Yeah, Diawara. That's another. I didn't even mention him, Romeo. That's right. I'm saying this bench is really good. The Knicks have a good bench, really good bench, man. We just need one more piece. One more. Just give us one more. If we were to get a Diabate, it'd be a wrap. It'd be a wrap if we got Diabate. That's why I said they won't let that happen. It would be a wrap if the Knicks got Diabate. It really would. So then you got Cisse still, and there's some other guys out there that the Knicks can acquire. So let's see what the Don does. Let's see what he does. Yeah, I think you're right, Andrew. I think Diawara is scheduled to get more minutes than you would expect from a second-year player on a championship team. He's going to probably get rotation minutes at the power forward position this year. He's probably going to do that. And he's going to play very well. Forget the summer. This summer for Diawara was like last summer for Tyler Kolek. If you remember last summer, the summer before this past one, Tyler Kolek stunk up the joint in summer league. And then he goes off during the course of the season. See? So Diawara is going to have, I think it's going to be the same way. He's going to be the same way. He really is. He's gonna play once he's out there with guys like OG or guys like McCall or Brunson or Cat. Diawara is going to look a lot better. He's going to look a lot better. You know. Yeah, Kolek is time. It's time. It's his time. I think it's time for him. He's worked his tail off. Not just what you've seen in the highlights. Everybody puts up summer highlights like they're doing something, but it's just time. The boy's been working hard. His defense has gotten better. He's put a little muscle on. His jump shot is looking like I thought it would. Of course, he still has the elite vision. So, look, Kolek, Alvarado, Clarkson, Deuce, man, what? 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 Oh man. Yeah. So I think the Knicks just has to stay healthy. That really it. That's it. They just have to stay healthy. Yeah, they just have to. He just has. They just got to stay healthy. If they can keep their core healthy, the NBA is gonna have a problem. They're gonna have a problem. And again, I want to see who this guy is that the Don's gonna get. I don't know who it is. They done tried the guys I thought they would try. They done tried Misi. They're trying Diabate. They tried Cisse. They tried those guys. Okay, we'll see. The Don's got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I know, Prezi, we got a horrible bench, right? So horrible, we won the championship. So horrible. Deuce came off the bench and hit 7 threes. So horrible that at the end of the game, Mitchell Robinson and Landry Shamet were on the floor when the Knicks clinched it in game 5. 2 bench pieces. Mitchell Robinson and Landry Shamet were on the floor. So we got such a bad bench, though. Such a bad bench. Oh, my God. Such a bad bench. Yeah. So, listen, and Deuce was just coming off hernia surgery, y'all. He was just come up with sports hernia surgery. What? No. Yeah. So it's the health. They need to stay healthy this year. They're going to get their share of nicks and knocks. It's a long season. Don't trip when you see Brunson miss 2 or 3 games or 4 games or whatever. Cat's going to need to sit a couple of games, but they're going to be all right, man. They're going to be all right. I would like to see. It would be nice if we can keep both Jemison and McCullough. I would like that. I don't know if they can, but it would be nice if they could. Both Jemison and McCullough. It would be nice to keep both of them. You see, so Deuce put the lights out in Philly. That was it. Turned the lights off, man. So, yeah, the medical staff is good. The training staff is good. Keep them cats in shape. Keep them ready. And even when they're not playing, the biggest thing with Jordan Clarkson, you see that? He wasn't playing for a while. He wasn't even in a thought. But then when he came out, he was ready. He was ready, man. Same with Kolek against San Antonio in the Cup series, in the Cup game. He went off, So the Knicks are deep, man. Deep. We just need one more 5. We need one more 5. He ain't got to be a superstar. Just some upside. One more 5. We'll be all right. You're going to see thing is, Mr. Malik is right. You're going to see a lot of nationally televised Knicks games because they're the champions. You're going to see Philly Knicks, Cleveland Knicks, Boston Knicks, Detroit Knicks, Miami Knicks. You're going to see a lot. Atlanta Knicks. And of course, people are thinking down in D.C. they got something cooking because they got the Leprechaun. But AD might get a hangnail and then that's it. AD might get a hangnail and that's the end of that. So I don't know. He might trip over his feet or, chewing gum and trying to walk and hurt himself and be out 6 weeks. I don't know. But the Knicks are going to be on national TV a lot this year. A lot. Yeah. I don't know, Andrew. I don't know. I don't really care when they hang the cup banner or whatever. I don't know. They probably will. I don't know. But the chip is what we know. Well, that's it, James. Again, that's the bad way of thinking about this. Just with all due respect, you don't think about replacing Mitchell Robinson. You cannot replace him. You work around that. Okay. You can't replace Mitchell Robinson. You're not going to do that. It's not get that out your mind. You're not replacing him. Okay. What he does, you're not going to get. So you're going to have to work around that. And that's what they do. They will work around it. Between Drummond and whoever else they get, they'll work around that. You're not going to replace Mitchell Robinson. That's not going to happen. Okay. Too many people are thinking like that. Well, how are we going to replace Mitchell Robinson? You're not replacing him. You can't. Okay. Don't even think that. It's not going to happen. So you just want to get a guy that'll match with Drummond to give the Knicks a good, second unit of 22 minutes at the 5, 20 minutes at the 5, between the two of them out there for Cat. That's it. So yeah, you can't replace Mitchell Robinson. We're not replacing him. So I wish Knicks fans would stop that. This NBA 2K talk. You can't replace him. You can't replace the best offensive rebounder in the world. You're not going to. But you try to work around that. So in other words, what I'm saying is the Knicks are capable of repeating without Mitchell Robinson. That's what I'm saying. The Knicks are capable of winning the championship without Mitchell Robinson. I'm not making that prediction, Andrew Abraham. I'm just saying if there's somebody that's going to be traded, Daddier is the biggest candidate because of his $3 million, and they got to make a $5 million decision on him. Now, they can still opt into the $5 million and still trade him, but that's what they got to decide, okay? Yeah, so that's what they got to decide. So I don't know if Daddier, I don't feel like I want to make predictions about Daddier right now. He could be traded. He could be traded before they got to make the $5 million club option. He could be traded or not. I don't know. He's a nice young player. And he's developing at a nice normal rate, not faster than he's supposed to and not slower than he's supposed to. I think people put too much pressure on Daddier being 21 years old. I think it's really ridiculous that there was people in the papers writing, it's make or break for him. The boy is 21 years old. Some people got so much crap up there behind. I'd be like, what is wrong with you? The boy 21 years old and just turned 21. Oh my gosh, man. Daddier is going to be a nice NBA player. He really is. Okay, he's coming along at exactly. See what happens when you see a guy like VJ Edgecombe. See, not everybody comes in the league like VJ Edgecombe. Not everybody does that. It's actually more not than this. You know what I'm saying? Some people think, well, all rookies should come. No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. You very rarely get a guy come in the league like Edgecombe and dominate the way he did. It's very rare. Okay, so to look at Daddier like that is not fair. He'll be all right, but we may have to trade him to get what we need at that 5 spot. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, yeah, exactly, J.K. Kelly, exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, there were too many knuckleheads asking for LeBron to come to New York, including Stephen A. Stupid. I mean, come on, man. For what? We don't need no 42-year-old dude. Where he going to play? I would not play LeBron in front of Josh Hart. I would not. LeBron is not going to bring me what Josh Hart's going to bring me in this starting unit with his Villanova crew. He's not going to do it. So, no. Yeah, so, yeah, there was some knuckleheads. We got to go get LeBron. Oh, my God. Oh, come on, man. Stop. No, I'm glad they didn't get him. I'm glad he signed with Philly. Let's get all that over. And you know what? The circus that's going to be LeBron farewell tour is going to be a distraction to Philadelphia. Between that and Embiid not being able to play back-to-backs, not being able to play more than 50 games is going to be a distraction. It really is. Okay. Yeah, exactly. The circus is coming to town when Philly comes. Okay, so you're going to get the LeBron farewell and, all of this. Yeah, so, yeah. I wouldn't say, LeBron is still a talent. For him to be playing, what is this, 23 years? How many years have you been playing? 20? You've been playing more than 20. How many players in NBA history have played and LeBron is playing at a high level. How many players in NBA history have played at a high level after 20 years? There's not that many. I think Chamberlain played 20 years. Jabbar played 20 years. Robert Parrish played 20 years. There was another guy, I forgot, he played in Philly, and he played. Not that many guys can do it. And LeBron's going to play at a high level. He's not going to play at, he did it when he was 31, but he's going to still be an important piece. But he's going to take up too much airspace, man. I mean, right? I mean, he's going to take up too much airspace. What y'all think? I think he is. He's going to take up way too much airspace, man. And he's going to drain the air out the room just being there. Okay, exactly, V-Dash, exactly. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I would not, for somebody like that to come to the Knicks, where he gonna play? I wouldn't want him to play in front of Shamet. I wouldn't want LeBron playing in front of Shamet or Deuce. I wouldn't want him playing in front of Deuce either. So I'm saying we don't need a guy like that. No. That's right. No, I don't believe LeBron is using steroids. LeBron is just a freak of nature. There are guys like that. Not everybody is blessed like that. I mean, if you've ever, really known a pro player, they're just born with certain things. A pro basketball player, you're just born with certain gifts. And LeBron's body is one of those gifts. Now, he takes care of himself very, very well. Always has. But a pro basketball player is a different breed, man. Forget it. They just, I think a typical pro player is Julius Randle. Yeah, I say Julius Randle because if you look at Julius Randle, he's 6'8", 250 pounds of freaking muscle. And you could see all his life, he's been bigger, stronger, faster than anybody he played against. See, when you get to the league, there's a bunch of Julius Randle, so he has to deal with that. But on his way, same with Karl-Anthony Towns. You ever see pictures of Karl-Anthony Towns when he was like eighth grade? You could just see he was bigger, stronger, faster than everybody around him. Now, some people, their development goes a certain level and stops. Like I got a brother. My brother is 6'1". When my brother was 13, he was 6'1". And in junior high school, he averaged 44 points a game. But by the time he got to 10th grade, he was still 6'1". And all the guys he was way bigger than in 8th grade, he was the same size or bigger than him now. See? So, sometimes people stop growing. Sometimes they stop developing. It just happens early. Okay? But LeBron is just a freak of nature, man. He is. He has always been that way. I tell people LeBron was really ready to play in the NBA when he was 16. That's the only guy I could ever say that about. Never could say that about anybody else. Maybe Wilt Chamberlain. And maybe Jabbar when he was Lou Alcindor. Maybe. But LeBron was ready to play in the league when he was 16, man. For real. Just like Luka. Forget it. They were ready. Okay? But he's 23 years, Mr. Stevens? Yeah, but I'm saying. So he's a freak of nature. He's a great player. No, I give that to him. But I don't think he's going to help Philly as much as people think. I don't think so. Yeah. LeBron really takes care of himself. I don't believe in no steroids for him and all that BS, man. LeBron takes care of himself. He always has. I respect that. He's taken his talent and he's improved on what he has been given by the Creator, man. I mean, really. You can't. Not everybody's born like that. There are people that want to be ballers. They're just not born like that. The real NBA ballers, they're born with certain traits, man, that you just not everybody gets. Okay. It's this, I guess it's the same in every sport. Not everybody's born with the natural gift to run, 9.58 like Usain Bolt. Okay. Not everybody's gifted with that. Not everybody could play pro soccer. Not everybody could hit a curveball. Right? Not everybody could throw a curveball, like at the pro level. Right? So there are a lot of guys that were great baseball players in high school and didn't make it in the league because it's a different thing. Okay. You got to be a certain level, man. You got to be a certain level. In basketball, LeBron just has a body like that, period. That's just him. Okay. He builds on it, but he still got it. The boy's 40, going to be 42, man. He's in better shape than a lot of 30-somethings. Man. LeBron takes care of himself. Yeah. I think Cat and Hart are going to both take less money. I don't care what Winbag said. I think they're going to both take less money. And they're going to take less money because Deuce will get some of that money. That they leave on the table, Deuce will get. Okay. Hart is at the age where he's not worth 20 million a year. And I think Hart knows that. He's not worth 20 million a year. So he's going to take less. Cat is still going to get paid. Listen, if he takes 180 million, right? If he takes 180 million, that's still money left on the table. Okay. He could get 300 million if he wants. Okay. So if he takes less, Deuce and Hart and everybody comes back because the money's there. Okay. The money will be there. Yeah. Well, I don't know, Chick George. That's what I'm saying. The Knicks, you see what he just asked. He asked a question. I know I came on late, but there's only one ball. Who's going to take that last shot? Maxey, LeBron, Brown, and B. It depends, I guess, on who's hot. See, on the Knicks, nobody has to ask that question. Nobody has to ask that question. And the Knicks understand each other. And they know where the ball's going to be. And they know who's getting it. There's no confusion. Why? Because they played together. This is their third year playing together. The third year. Okay. Okay. So we need a good backup for Cat, though. I don't want Cat playing. If it's me, I don't want Cat playing more than 31, 32 minutes a game. I really don't. I don't want him definitely. This is not a year for a Tibbs type thing, and Mike Brown ain't going to go for that anyway. So Cat ain't going to be playing no 37, 38 minutes a game. He might have a game where he's doing that, but he's not going to do that. I would like him to play 30 minutes, 28 minutes, and get the best out of him. Okay. And then that's why we need another guy with Drummond that'll come in to tag team for that backup 5 spot. That's what we need. Yeah. You're giving Brown the advantage of having developed this team on the fly last year and won a championship. Brown is too smart. He's a smart dude. And so, look, the Knicks are going to be held this year, man. We just need to be healthy. That's all. We just need to stay healthy. That's all. I'm protecting Cat. Brunson and Hart are going to give their bodies up anyway. That's what they do. But OG, we need to make sure OG stays healthy. McCall is like, 82 games, just write it in because he's going to play. But OG and Cat, Deuce, Shamit, got to stay healthy, man. Got to stay healthy. Diawara, you want him to stay healthy because you want to get the most out of him that you could get. The boy is all of 6'9", right? Am I lying? Diawara is all of 6'9", plus 7-foot wingspan. Shoot. I don't know, Paul. I'm afraid. I don't want the Knicks to win 60 games. I want them to be top coming out of the East. I don't mind if they're the second seed. I don't. I want them to be the top dog coming out of the East. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Coaches, he handled that business last year very well. There was a lot of pressure on him last year. He handled it very well, and I think he's going to handle it this year very well. Okay. Yeah, but and speaking of that, Malik, how many different lineups does Brown have at his disposal? You can play Cat and Drummond together. You can play Cat at the 5. You can play OG at the 5 if you want to. You can go small. You can go small and have Diawara in there. There's a lot you could do. Then you got Kolek. You got Shamit. You got Deuce. You got all these guys. You got JC. You got everybody that you could roll with, man. How many different lineups can you get at? It's a lot of lineups you could go. You could go with, McCall. If he's not playing, you could, there's a lot of lineups, man. A lot of lineups you can go with. Okay. We just need APAP, one more 5. It don't have to be a dynamic 5. I'd like a guy with some upside. Just one more 5. I'd like to tag team the second units of 5 to give Cat adequate rest. That's it. I know he has Gilbert. That's that Filipino thing, man. Cat and Clarkson be going off this summer, man. That's that Filipino thing. Him and they're going Grand Theft Auto. They both been going off. But look, it's about that time now. It's about that time. see. Yep, Cisse would have been it. But I'm not giving up on Cisse yet. To me, uh, the jury was just being, spiteful. And I really, do y'all have any idea of a team that would take Daniel Gafford and his $34 million? Do y'all know anybody? I don't, I'm trying to think of a team that would take Daniel Gafford and his $34 million. I don't know. Well, you're asking me a prejudiced question, Andrew. My wife is Boricua, Kenya. I'm going to go with the Puerto Rican every time. I love Jordan Clarkson, but I'm going to go with the Boricua, Kenya all the time, every time. Between Dominican and Puerto Rican and anybody in Puerto Rican, I'm going with the Puerto Rican all the time, 100 times. Yeah, his contract is $54 million, but didn't they just pay him 17, Avery? Isn't he in the second year of a 3-year guaranteed deal? I think he is, right? I think let me look this up. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Gafford is in the second year. I think so, of a $54 million deal, and I think he just got paid $17 million. Let me just look at this up now. No, he's in the okay. So Gafford's in the first year of his deal. So who gonna take that, man? So now he's getting 17.2, 18.1, 18.9. Now talk to me, y'all. Who is going to take that? I don't know who's going to take it. I really don't know. I can't tell you a team that would take that. Do y'all think Orlando would do it? I don't think they would. They could. I don't think Orlando would. I'm not sure. Who would take that? I mean, just in terms of fit, in terms of the money, and then you're going to have to start him. You're not going to take on $54 million and not start him. So who could he start for? That's what I want to know. Who could get? Now, I would like Gafford. I would take Gafford on the Knicks, but we can't afford him. The Lakers. You know what? Woody, you ain't lied. They seem to take everybody. But yeah, I can get that. Maybe Portland? What you think about Portland? I don't know. Portland just signed Robin Williams III, but he's going to be a backup because he always hurt. Well, you know what? No, Philly might have to because Embiid ain't going to be there. You got Barlow. Who else you got as a backup in Philly? Who do they have in Philly as a backup? I don't even know. Who they got? The Nets got Deron Sharp, though. The Nets got Deron Sharp. So I don't know. I don't think that would be the move. Porty's the backup in Philly. Okay. Do they got enough money, though? Bona too. Yeah, I don't know. Not Philly. I don't think so. Not Philly. Bona and Hoop Party. You got both of them. Let me look. I'm going to look at. Let me look at the Lakers because I'm seriously. I don't know a legitimate team that would take Daniel Gafford. Maybe I'm thinking maybe the Clippers have cleared enough space. What you think? You think Toronto? Maybe. Let me take a look. I can't say because I don't know which. Let me see. Right now, the Lakers have $23 million in second apron space, so they could take him. The Lakers could take him. The Lakers could do it. And right now they got Mamu, they got Kessler, who they're paying $30 million to this year. They got Kevon Looney. I don't know. The Lakers could take him, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will. Especially after they done signed Looney and they got Kessler. I don't think they will. Let's look at Toronto. That's a good candidate. Toronto's always needing a 5. Let's see what Toronto got. Let me see what their deal is right now. Toronto, as far as they got $5 million in first apron space and $18 million. They got $18 million in second apron space. And we don't know if are they going to be able to really keep Kawhi? Is that deal going through? I don't know. So I'm trying to think of who Dallas can unload Gafford for. Because if they unload Gafford, they will keep Cisse. Does that make sense, y'all? So that's why I'm asking. I don't really give a crap about Dallas. But I'm just wondering who's going to take Daniel Gafford off their hands. I don't know a team. I'm trying to figure out What about Chicago? Wait, no, Chicago just got the boy from the Nets, so that's not happening either. They just got the boy from the Nets. Now, maybe Detroit, if they move off of Duran, Detroit might do it. Now, right now, they're going, Chicago got 56 million in second apron space. So they could do it. They got Clarkson. They just got Clarkson in Chicago. Zach Collins is always hurt, so you can't really count on him. But they could maybe do it in Chicago. Okay, maybe Chicago. No, the Pelicans are set because they got Derek Queen and they got Yves Missi. They're going to believe me. They're not worried about Gary Gafford. No, they're not. They got Derek Queen, who started a bunch of games for them this past year and played very well. And you and I all know that Missi's he's got tremendous upside. So the Pelicans ain't worried about him. No, I could see Toronto. Oh yeah. Indiana, that's a good one. That's a good one, Andrew. Indiana, the Lakers, well, not the Lakers, but really Indiana, Toronto, maybe Minnesota. What y'all think? Maybe Minnesota. They just moved off of Jew. So maybe Minnesota. Yeah, it's going to be a tough fit because you're going to have to pay a guy $54 million. And if you're Toronto, you're going to start him, right? But I don't know. Toronto don't have the money, though. Toronto really don't have the money because Toronto, if did y'all heard, have Kawhi deal been official in Toronto? You remember they were having problems getting Kawhi. Let's look at Indiana. Y'all mentioned Zubac. Let's look at Toronto. Let's look at Indiana. Let me look at Indiana Pacers. Let's see what they got. Pacers. He might be able to fit there. Let me see here. You got Zubac. Okay. You got Jay Huff. How much money they got? Let me see. How much money do they have? No, they can't afford him. The Pacers only got 15 million in second apron space. You got to start him off at 17 million. They'd have to trade somebody. Let me see. In order to make that fit, they would have to trade. They try to trade. Well, Jay Huff is only 2.6 million. I don't even know. They'd have to trade somebody significant. McConnell, Neesmith, Toppin, Nimhart. They have to trade somebody like that in order to bring in Gafford. And I don't know if Gafford's that important that they would do that. That's what I'm saying. It's still on hold, Avery? Okay. So that's going to make a big decision right there. If they don't get Kawhi, I don't know what Toronto's going to do. I don't know what Toronto's going to do. San Antonio, let's take a look. Now, we know Wemby's the starter. Who was their backup five? They do need a backup five, don't they? Because Wemby can't even play. That boy can't play more than 35 minutes, really. One of the reasons the Knicks beat their ass is because he ain't got no ass behind him. So you got to bring ass to get there. He don't have none. He got all kind of skills, but he can't play long term here. Let me see now. They got Jaden Quaintance. They got Tarish Reed, young boys. They got a couple of young boys. Luke Cornett. Oh, Luke Cornett. Well, let me ask you, who would you rather have? Luke Cornett at 10 million or Daniel Gafford at 17? What would you think? I would take Cornett at 10, right? I'll deal with Cornett at 10. You got Wemby. You got to pay him. So the Hornets, the Hornets got 5 fives. Anthony said, forget the Hornets. Forget the Hornets. That's not, The Hornets got, let me show you what the Hornets got at the 5 spot, man. No, the Hornets forget the Hornets. That's not, the Hornets, let me see. They got Naz Reid. They got Ryan Kalkbrenner. They got our boy Diabate. Who else? They got Diabate, Kalkbrenner. They got who else? Hans Steinbach. They got him. They also got and of course we talked about Naz Reid already. So the Hornets don't need Daniel Gafford. They don't. Yeah, they don't need Daniel Gafford. That's not going to work. Denver, let's take a look. Now, Denver just lost our boy, right? Denver just lost our boy, the boy from over there in Lithuania somewhere. But let me see. With Denver. Hey, did somebody say that Dallas is looking for a first round pick for Gafford? Are they really? Are they looking for a first round? In that case, they're not moving. He ain't going nowhere. Not for no damn first round pick. Let me see. Of course, behind the Joker. Now, Denver could use him. Denver could. Behind the Joker. Denver does need somebody behind the Joker. So Valanciunas is not there no more. I'm looking. Yeah, Denver could use him. Let me see how much money they got. How much money Denver got? Oh, Denver can't afford him. They're only 3.9 million under the second apron. They can't afford him. So Denver can't do nothing right now. I don't even know what they're going to do. What they going to do? They got who they got as the backup five behind the Joker. They got I don't know what they're going to do. Where's that boy? They had somebody named Najee or something at one point. Where that boy at? Oh, yeah, maybe Deron Holmes. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do in Denver because they got a problem. They can maybe Aaron Gordon. I don't know. Zeke Najee. He could play the five. That's going to be the backup five. But they ain't got no money. Denver ain't got no money. Okay. No, Denver. I don't think they have Begley, Abraham. I don't think so. Cisse. I don't think they do. No, they don't. Denver big men is Nikola Jokic, Zeke Najee, Deron Holmes. Oh yeah, they do have Begley at 2.4 million. If you want to call that. Okay, all right, you're right. They do got Begley. They do got him. So, but they ain't got no money. So they're not gonna unless they trade somebody. They're not gonna get Gafford. Now it looks like maybe the Clippers, maybe Toronto. Somebody mentioned Memphis. Let me take a look at Memphis. Maybe look at Memphis. Memphis has been cleaning house, so let's see what they got. Because I know they really, they cleaned house, man. They cleaned house in Memphis. Let's see what they got. Let's take a look at Memphis. Let's see what Memphis got. I know they got money. Let me see now. So they got the money. Memphis at the 5. Well, we know about their boy. Well, they got beef stew. They got Edie. They got Edie and beef stew. Edie can't, he's too light in the behind right now, but they got him. They got Edie. They got beef stew. How much money they got? Let me see how much money they got. Oh, yeah, they got plenty of money. Maybe Memphis. Memphis might be. Yeah, I don't know, Andrew Abraham. I have no idea. I was just asking. I don't know if the deal's going to go through or if it didn't go through. It's big important to Toronto that it go through. I'll tell you that. You ain't going to have to. You're going to have to now do something because you done sent, this big smooth over there to the Clippers. So I don't know. Yeah, Webstar, I don't want to say it's definite, but I'm just saying what team's going to give Dallas a first for Gafford? What team is going to start Gafford? What team is going to start him? I'm serious. Y'all got any ideas? Because I don't know. I don't know an NBA team that would start Daniel Gafford right now. I don't know. I'm not even sure if he stays in Dallas, if Lively doesn't start in front of him. So I'm just trying to, and if they're asking for a first round pick, they're out of their daggone mind because nobody's going to do that. Nobody's doing that. Oklahoma City, they can't afford him. No. I don't know. So I think they have to keep Gafford. Now, if they real desperate, they can stretch him. That's a lot of money to stretch, though. What y'all think? That's a lot of freaking money to stretch, man. That's a lot of money to stretch. And not only that, they just signed him to $54 million last year. So his extension kicks in this season. Yeah, Guerrero. I kind of let me look again. Let me look again at Utah. I haven't seen Utah in a minute, but Utah just let Kessler walk, right? I mean, they just let Kessler walk. So I'm not sure what the hell, but Jack the Ripper's always up to something, man. So you got to watch him. But let me see here. You got Nurkic in he's making $11 million in Utah. You got Jackson Hayes in Utah, and you got Mo Bamba. I don't know. I don't know if they want to spend $17 million. They'd have to trade one of those guys. Utah is in rebuild mode. They got Jaren Jackson. They got Laurie Marketing. They got a nice rookie, Darren Peterson. He's going to be good. Ace Bailey's good. Keontae George is good. They got some nice pieces over there. But they would have to trade probably both. They'd have to trade both Nurkic and Hayes, which is possible because that's you get rid of both of them. That's 17 million right there. You can probably do that. They got plenty of money. They got 31 million under the first apron and 43 under the second apron. So Utah is a possibility. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. The Wizards got, Anthony Ambulance. So I don't know if the Wizards the Wizards, I heard, are not offering Anthony Ambulance the max, which they shouldn't, because the boy is going to spend more time in street clothes than he spends on the floor. But now they have Anthony Davis, and you remember now, they got another loser, DeAndre Ayton. They got Ayton. Maybe they trade him. That's $8 million right there for Ayton. And then they got Vucevic, man, Tristan Vucevic. There's another young dude they got. What's that young boy they got down there? I forgot the boy's name. Alex Sarr. They got him too. So I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Isn't it that AD don't want to play the 5? He wants to play the 4. Isn't that the case, Mr. Williams? AD doesn't want to play the 5. He'll play the 4. He doesn't want to play the 5. That's the problem you got with him. Alex Sarr played a lot of games at the 5 last year. He's a little weak in the ass, but he's coming. He's a young boy, but he's going to be there. He's going to be there at the end of the day. But DeAndre Ayton is a disappointment. He's really a tease. Always has been. And then you're going to have Sarr, and you got those guys there. So I think how much money they got? They're paying the Leprechaun an awful lot of money. And they got 32 million under the apron, so they could afford Gafford. Hey, wait, hasn't Gafford played in Washington before? Wasn't he in Washington before? I think he was. I think Gafford has been in Washington before. I think he has. So, so I don't know. But I'm having a problem finding out what team is going to pay $54 million for Daniel Gafford. I'm just having a problem figuring. We're trying to hear. I don't see what team would do it, because anybody that does is a sucker. Because to me, Gafford is a perfect backup. I don't think he's going to be. I wouldn't be starting him if I'm seriously about winning a chip. I'm not starting. I'm not starting him. Not if I want to win a chip. Yeah. Jerry's scrambling after he should have just let Cichet go. Because he's mad at the Dom. So now he's trying to bite off his nose to spite his face, and he's got to now eat Gafford $54 million. He's got to eat Gafford $54 million, man. So, let me see, Big Wood. I don't know. That's a good question. He wants to know if Golden State could do it. That's a good question. I don't know. Let me see, Golden State, can they? Look at the Warriors here. They're going ageless. They're going Stephen Curry is freaking ageless. Another dude, 62 million they paying. So but who okay? Jimmy Butler is almost $57 million. He's expiring. He's 37 years old. So maybe if they trade Jimmy Butler for him, I can get with that. You remember now, Kristaps Porzingis is the 5 in Golden State, and they got Al Horford too. So and Charles Bassey just signed with Golden State. So I don't know. It's possible. It's not impossible. It's possible. Yeah, but Gafford, for whatever he is, I think he's more available than Kristaps. What'd you say? What do you think? What do you think? I think Gafford would be more talent availability-wise than KP. KP is in that Joel Embiid, Anthony Ambulance school of not playing 50 games this year. That's KP. Yeah, and they would love to trade. They would love to trade Jimmy Butler to get off of that $57 million. But that's Jimmy Butler's an expiring contract. Is Golden State under the apron? Let me see. Do they got any money? Let me see what they got. Golden State got, they got 41 million in second apron space, 28, almost 29 million first apron. Golden State can afford the boy, and they probably want to get off. They probably want to get off Butler anyway, but Oh, did they? Golden State, Cleveland signed Hazonia? Oh, that's the missing piece right there. That's the missing piece to get Cleveland the chip. Mario S. and Hazonia, man. Oh my God, his biggest thing of his career. I think he dunked on LeBron at the Garden and stepped over him, didn't he? I think that's what he did. Am I right? He stepped over LeBron at the Garden. That was the biggest thing of Hazonia's career. That was his career right there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. I wouldn't want to see that guy in the Knicks uniform in a million years. No way, no way, no way, no way. So I hope he has a good career what's left of it. So I'm not sure what Dallas is going to do with Daniel Gafford. I really don't know what they're going to do. And they got Santi Aldama, who's getting 17 million. They got him. I don't think they could even trade him until December 15th. Then you got Derek Lively, 22. Mo Johnson, who they just drafted this year. They got a bunch of guys that played a 5 in Dallas. And then, of course, our boy Cisse. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even know why they decided to match on Cisse. That was stupid. I don't know. That doesn't even make any sense. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. What's up, Serial Killer? What's up, man? Yeah. Oh, it was on Giannis? I thought it was on LeBron. It was on Giannis? No, it wasn't on Giannis. I don't think he dunked on Giannis. Hazonia? No. I think he dunked on LeBron. I think it was somebody like that and stepped over them. I want to say it was LeBron. He stepped over them like he did the Allen Iverson step over. Y'all remember that? That was the career highlight for homeboy. He dunked on somebody and stepped over. Oh, that what it was? Yeah, it was on LeBron, right? I just think so. And then he did the step over. He did the step over that Iverson did on Ty Lue. He did that on LeBron. Yeah. Oh, okay. That was it. Okay. He did the step over. That's what I'm saying. Homeboy. Yeah, he did. He did, Malik. He did. He got his career highlight right there, man. Right there. Boy might get 4 points a game, but he's going to have a highlight for you. Oh, man. He did have his swag, Coach House. I got to give it to him, but that ain't turning into no production for us. Didn't turn into no production for us, man. Oh, man. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know what Dallas going to do with Gafford, but, they're going to have to start paying him soon. So they're going to have to start paying him soon. Really and truly, they really just need to let go of Cisse. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. You got Gafford, you got Lively. That's a very nice center duo right there that you got between Lively and Gafford. And you got the young boy Mo Johnson. You can bring him along. I don't even know why they drafted him, but it makes no sense for them to be hanging on to Cisse. It makes no sense at all. It doesn't make any. Maybe they'll include Cisse in the trade with Gafford. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Jerry's doing. Julian Lewis is daggone mine, man. Really. Yep. I don't know, Malik. I don't know. I don't know what they doing, man. I'm waiting though, because the Don got another move. All he got to do is wait. Charlotte's got 5 centers. Dallas got at least 4. And neither team wants to pay all that money at the 1-5 spot. No team wants to do that. That's a lot of money locked up in the 5 spot. So yeah, and they're right, Gelford. They're not even gonna play, boy. I mean, come on, man. Come on, shoot. Yeah. And why would Cisse agree to an offer sheet with the Knicks? It's because he wants to come to New York. What y'all think? I think the boy wants to come. I think that croissant from Cameron wants to come to New York. What y'all think? I think he does. I think he wants to come to Madison Square Garden. I think he smells opportunity and is here. And I think he wants to come here. See? And the Don put the pressure on Ujiri. He put the pressure on Ujiri, man. He did. Yeah. So we're gonna see how this pans out, man. We're gonna see how this pans out. Yeah, we're gonna see. Keith Flocka, what's up? LeBron going to Philly means nothing if you don't have continuity. You're absolutely right. Ain't no continuity in Philly. First of all, they got to, all of them, everybody on Philly, they got this guy they got to get used to playing with. His name is Joel Embiid. The part-time guy. They got to get used to the part-time guy. Really, their team is going through Jaylen Brown, Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe. That's their team. Okay. Embiid is an addition for the playoffs, and LeBron too. But, yeah, remember that, Andrew? I'm going to get you right, kid. Oh, my gosh, man. Yeah, exactly. So, whoo, man. But Jaylen Brown is going to, when Jaylen Brown, I don't know why people don't like, well, I kind of do, but it's not Jaylen Brown's fault. But I'm going to tell you, Jaylen Brown's going to play with a chip on his shoulder this year, man. He really is. And then he does. There's going to be hell to pay. Because Jaylen Brown is a baller, and he's in his prime. He's a baller in his prime. Okay? So, it used to be you could let him shoot jump shots, and, you had a shot. But now he can hit his threes. He can get to the basket. He can power ball you. He can finesse you. Brown could do everything with the ball. Okay? And so he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, exactly. Embiid, Keith Rock, thanks for the $5. Embiid ain't gonna play 50 games this year. First of all, it's already Sots. He don't play back-to-backs. Embiid don't play back-to-backs. So I don't know how many back-to-backs they got, but he's not gonna be playing. So that's that. If they play 10, then he's gonna miss 10 games right there. That's not even including any sore knee issues he's gonna have, which he's gonna have. He got a chronic knee issue. It comes up every single year for the last. Even the year, I did not think he should have won the MVP the year that he did. I thought they should have gave that to Jokic. Jokic was the better player that year. I don't even understand why he got that. I think it was politics, but he shouldn't have got the MVP that year. Yeah. So Jaylen Brown's going to come with some problems this year. This boy is going to come with a big chip on his shoulder, man. We are the better team. Yeah. Ask him if you remember this guy that wears number 2. Ask him if you remember this boy that played for the Knicks that wears number 2. It was rain. It wasn't raining men. It was raining threes when Deuce was there. It was raining threes. Oh, man. No, Embiid will not play 50 games. He will not. You're right about that, Keith Flock. He will not play 50 games. Oh, man. Yeah, but the Knicks just got to stay healthy. They're the better. But they are a team with continuity. They are the defending NBA champions. And they just need to stay healthy. Yeah, exactly, Andrew Abraham. Well, anyway, yeah. You're right. There's that. So there's that, man. Man. I am so from what I checked, mid-August, we're going to get the schedule. So I got to go to at least 2 games this year. I got to go to the Knicks at Mini, and I got to go to the Knicks in DC because I'm going to see my daughter and I'm going to see my 2 grandsons, and so I got to go to at least 2 games. For some reason, I did not go to any Orlando Knicks game this past season, but I might go to an Orlando game this year. Depends on what happens. Hey, y'all, who's coaching Orlando? Who's now the new coach in Orlando? Y'all know? Now that Jamal Mosley is in New Orleans, who's the new coach in Atlanta? I mean, in Orlando. Y'all know? Let me find out. Who's the head coach of the Orlando Magic? Oh, Sean Sweeney. Right, Sean Sweeney. Okay. I don't know nothing about him. Sean Sweeney. Yeah. Sean Sweeney's the new head coach in Orlando. Yeah, he was the Spurs defensive coach, right? Okay. Yeah, Tibbs might have been better, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't want no disciplinarian because Jamal Mosley was a disciplinarian, you know, and maybe they want a new voice. No, no, she didn't. She didn't, Malik. My daughter just likes the vibe of the game. She likes the vibe of the game. She's not a real close follower of basketball, but she likes the vibe of the game. We went to dinner. We had the fun we had at the game. The yelling. She likes that. Yeah, I think Tibbs is gonna coach again after he gets his 30 million from the Knicks. After he gets his 30 million from New York, he's gonna coach again. Yep. Yep. Tibbs would be good, would have been good in Orlando. I don't know. But they want this boy Sweeney, so I guess. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I may want to go to an Orlando Knicks game this year. We'll see. I definitely got to go to Minnesota and definitely got to go to the Wizards, but we'll see about the other one. Man. We'll see. Oh man. Yes, Ace of Spade. He is from the pop tree. Yep. He from the pop tree, just like their current head coach in San Antonio from the pop tree. Isn't that other broad that was talking all that mess against Brunson from the pop tree, supposedly? Anyway. Oh yeah, Javon, that's right. I may have to do that. Get my cousin. We gotta have some dinner somewhere, like we did before, right, Javon? So we were at Florida de Mayo, right? Florida de Mayo in Manhattan, and then me and my cousin went to the game. We had a good time too, man. That was fun. That was fun. I was staying in New Jersey, and I might have to do that again because the hotels in New York are really overpriced and too small. Too small, man. Yeah, we may have to do that, Javon. We may have to do that. That's right. That's right. Ooh, the Banner Night in New York. I'm definitely watching on TV. I can't even afford to sniff near 33rd Street. I can't even afford one crumb of popcorn at MSG. No, 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 no. No, we can't do that. No, 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 no. That's gonna be crazy at MSG. MSG is gonna be off the hook. You crazy? Shoot. But yeah, Knicks Nets. That's gonna be that's gonna be good. Yeah, I can't even afford a kernel of popcorn at MSG. Kernel of popcorn caused me to be broke at MSG, man. I can't even afford to step on the escalator. They charge me too much to even just step on the escalator at MSG. Shoot. They might even charge you to go into Penn Station. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice if Oakley did his head out his behind. Oh yeah. New York City is expensive, man. I thought about moving back at one point a few years ago, but we went down there and we decided, nah, we got it better in Virginia. We'll stay there. Yeah, we got it way better. For what we paid for our townhouse in Virginia, you couldn't even get a small studio in Manhattan. Ace of Spade, I think Ujiri would have to. What you think? I think for him to move 54 million off his books, he would have to attach an asset. Picks, money, both, something. We sitting here trying to figure out what team is going to pay $54 million to Daniel Gafford. That's what I'm having trouble finding a team that would do that. Because you got to start him. You got to start him. 54 million, you're starting him. So I'm not sure of the team who would do that. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. It had to be something like that, Malik. It had to be something like that. It is extremely high in NYC. You know, it's funny. When I first moved into New York City, it was 1980. My apartment on the west side of Manhattan cost $180 per month, which I got from my mother under rent control in 1980. $180 per month. And I had that apartment and I was making $180 per week. When we moved from there, it was 88 when we moved from there. We were at that time paying something like, we wasn't even paying 300, it was like 280 a month. That's what we're paying. My wife and I moved together. We got married in '84. When we moved to Connecticut in '88, we were only paying about $280 a month for that apartment. Yeah, it was rent control. Yeah. Right now, that neighborhood, forget it. Forget it, forget it, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Yeah, yeah. Well, 180 was still cheap. It was still cheap. I was like, man, I knew I was getting over. It was still cheap. Shoot. In Manhattan, to me, the greatest city in the world is New York, man. Greatest city in the world. And I was, at the time, I was only like 20, 19. I was 19. What? Man, please. Yo, you right. You right, Pat. You right. You right. My cousins all live in Brooklyn. They're all over Brooklyn. Flatbush, Brownsville, Bedford Stuyvesant, not Hunts Point, Greenpoint. They're all over Brooklyn. They're all over Brooklyn. Anybody named Green in Brooklyn is probably my cousin. Seriously. Anybody named Green in Brooklyn is probably my cousin. Yeah. Oh, goodness, man. Yeah. So, but I was never a big Brooklyn fan because it used to be Roughnecks back in the day. East New York. Oh, I heard East New York is still rough. I was just there about 5 years ago for my cousin's funeral. East New York, man, it's still crazy, man. Mm-mm. I ain't even like driving through there for the funeral. Shoot. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, man. So nah. But anyway, let's see what the Don's gonna do come time. I'm not giving up on Cliche yet. I'm just not. To me, there's still a chance for us to get him. And I want to see if we can. I want to see if we can. We'll see. And they still got to make the Exhibit 10 deals for the training camp. I think your boy Robbins, I think that's his name, he's going to get an Exhibit 10 invite to the training camp. I think he will. Jimison's going to also. Robin will, and then we'll see what else they bring. Yeah, okay. See, NJ, if you was born in Ambassador, if you were born in Brooklyn, you would love Brooklyn. Like I got an aunt, man. We were from Hempstead. As soon as she graduated high school, she went to Brooklyn and never left. And she's now 80. My aunt is now like 85. And she ain't never left Brooklyn. She said any other place she's been has been limited. She loved Brooklyn, man. Yeah, so if you from there, you love it. If you not, this is a challenge. It could be a challenge. It's not the challenge it used to be now. She used to live in Bedford Stuyvesant. And that was rough back in the day. It was rough. It ain't rough like it was then, but it's, is what it is, man. The Bronx, it depends on where you at. Like if you over there by Yankee Stadium at night, you crazy. Unless there are a whole bunch of people going to a game. I got a friend that got almost beat to death at that park across the street from Yankee Stadium. But it depends on what time of the day you go in there. Bronx is all right. It's like, it's just real people up there. That's all. Real people in the Bronx. So I've been to the South Bronx, but when the South Bronx was rough, there was a time, and I don't think it's like that now, but there was a time when they were just letting buildings burn to the ground in the South Bronx and not build anything. You just saw a whole bunch of piles of bricks in the South Bronx. You just saw a whole bunch of piles of bricks. And the landlords weren't even taking care of the buildings or anything. Yeah, and that was the South Bronx. Now, I don't know if it's like that now. I haven't been there in a long time. But yeah, the South Bronx used to be rough. I don't know if it is now. I haven't been there in a while. Like, right, the Lower East Side has been gentrified. Lower East Side used to be rough, man. Avenue D, Delancey Street, that used to be rough. My wife used to live there with her family in Avenue D, but it's not like that no more. Now it's totally gentrified. I think they even got like Whole Foods there. Yeah, I think they got like Whole Foods there. You know what they did in the Lower East Side, Sincere? Did you notice they got these buildings now? It looked like they could just slide them into a space, like a whole building. Like they didn't build it the way you would normally build a building. They just kind of slide it into a space. There's a space there, they just slide it in. And you'd be like, wow, man. And there's a building, there's a new building right there. I mean, they did that all over the east side. I mean, Lower East. I saw it. I was like, wow, wow, wow. Yeah, yeah. It used to be rough. I remember the South Bronx was. I never went there. I never. I had a roommate from the South Bronx. Boy was a born criminal, but I never was there. He used to swear by the South Bronx, man. I was like, I don't know, bro. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, but the Lower East Side, they got these spaces, man, where you could see they just slid the building right in. Yeah, Orchard Street, Delancey Street, Avenue D. You know, that's all been gentrified now. My wife used to go to that church. There was a church over there, a Catholic church, and a school. I forgot the name of the school in the church. She used to. That's where she used to go. Uh, it's on the Lower East Side. Yeah, there's a park across the street from the school. I forgot. It's an elementary school and a church. They go together. Man, please, please, man. You know, there was a time on 95th Street. I lived on 97th Street. I saw a building, a brownstone for sale, and it was $90,000. This was around 82. It was like 90,000. And I was like, even then, even though that was all the money in the world that I could never see, I knew that was a deal. And I went right back there. We went there about 4 years ago. That same building, $5 million. Same building, $5 million. Shoot. I don't know, Andrew. I don't know if he picks one or both or either. I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to see soon enough. But what I liked about the neighborhood, 95th, 94th, 93rd, if you know that area on the west side, they used to have these nice tree-lined streets, man. It was very nice. And I couldn't believe that that was only going for 90 grand at the time. Then I back in the early 90s, I went there, it was 350 for the same building. Then we went back there now. I can't believe it's $5 million. Same building, 5 million. Shoot. And now, right behind me, it used to be this jazz club called McCall's. Instead of the jazz club, they got a high-rise building. And in the back, at the bottom of the high-rise building, Whole Foods. Whole Foods, man. It's changed, bro. It's completely changed now. That whole neighborhood has changed. They got Chase Manhattan Bank. It used to be a tennis court. Now it's Chase Manhattan Bank and a whole bunch of other stuff, man. Shoot. Yeah, but anyway, a lot of stuff changed, a lot of stuff the same, but New York is a little different now. But to me, no matter what, when we go there, I still feel like I'm in the greatest city in the world, New York City. There's no place like New York. New York, so nice, they named it twice. It's still the greatest city in the world to me, man. I can't live there, can't afford to live there. I can barely afford to visit. But you know what? I love walking down the streets of New York. I love walking down Fifth Avenue. I love walking down there in Madison Square Garden, down there in Midtown. I love Whole Foods. I like the whole thing, the restaurants, everything. That man, please, I still love New York. I can't even afford a pretzel over there or a knish. Y'all know about the knish. I can't even get a knish, but it's still the greatest city on earth to me, man. Ain't no city like New York City. Once you live in New York, every place else is a step down. Every place else. And they got some nice cities out there. LA, I've been to LA. I've been to San Diego. I've been to Philly. I've been to Chicago. Ain't no city like New York. Ain't no city. I've been to Detroit. Ain't no city like New York. Ain't no city like New York, man. Forget it. It ain't out there. Atlanta's nice. Atlanta's real nice. It's a little bit colorful now, if you know what I mean. But Atlanta's nice. Charlotte, North Carolina is nice. Charlotte, no, I've been to Charlotte. In fact, there was one time I wanted to live in Charlotte. It was so nice over there. A lot of my fellas from high school moved to Charlotte. But ain't no city like New York City. It's just nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. That's why people still want to go there. As expensive it is, people still trying to break their necks to get in. Yeah, knishes, right? You can't get no knish like in New York. One time I was in the Capitol, the Wizards game. This is many years ago, and for some dude was in there selling knishes, man. They was expensive too, but I bought two anyway, and they tasted just like the ones in New York. I have never seen it again. Somebody was in the Capital One Center selling knishes. I was like, what? But in New York, you can get a knish on the corners, man. They got them all over the place. Please. Yeah, Philly's nice. Philly got its own vibe. The vibe in Philly is its own vibe. It's not like New York. It's their own. They got a Philly vibe. It really is nice. Nice. It's a roughneck vibe. It's a nice vibe. It's Philly. It's like DC. DC's got its own vibe. It's a DC vibe. To me, DC is way more dangerous than any city I've ever been in. DC is the most dangerous city. The most dangerous. Now, I ain't been in New Orleans. I heard that was dangerous too. But DC is dangerous, man. Yeah, everybody that's here is either from Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and we got a lot of people in from Minnesota. You know, I live in the area where there's a lot of supporters of the Orange Agent, and so that type of vibe is here. You know what I mean? But a lot of them come from NYC too. A lot of them come. Matter of fact, the other day, where was it? Oh, I was in Phoenix to see my mother the other day. I'm on the tram coming from the airplane, right? This dude said, Knicks in 5, because I had this happen. He said, Knicks in 5, I just raised my hand said like that. He said, Knicks in 5. I said, yeah, that was that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tampa. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people in Tampa from New York. A lot of people in Orlando from New York. A lot of people. In fact, you go to Kissimmee, it's all Little San Juan from New York. If you go to Kissimmee, it's all Little San Juan from New York. That's all that is. And a lot of it is Orlando too. Same thing. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, V Dash, it ain't New York. Where this it was when I went to Charlotte, it was a clean little city, man. It was a clean little city. It was like it was clean. I liked it. I was like, wow, look at this clean little city, man. Tampa lit. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've been to Tampa. I stayed at this hotel once, me and my wife, a nice hotel. It wasn't Tampa, though, it was St. Pete. It was called the Don Caesar. We stayed in the Don Caesar a couple times. Yeah. Oh, yeah, forget it. New York City is its own world when it comes to if you're a male that is interested in females, you cannot beat New York City. You cannot beat New York City. Mm-mm, you can't. Even I knew that. When I was a boy, I was like 20 years old working down on Water Street. Now, if you know where Water Street is, then you know. I used to work at Chase Manhattan Bank on Water Street. And I knew, even at 20, I said, I ain't never going to see this again anywhere. Anywhere. You talking about lunchtime. 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 Go outside. That's all you have to do. Go outside at lunchtime. Woo, man. And I said, I know there's no way there's any place on the planet that's going to be like this. I knew that even at age 20. I did not take it for granted. That's right. 55. Is it still there? I used to get off the number one train right there. And that number one train had a hot dog stand right there. That dude served some serious stuff. And I walked right into 55 Water Street to Chase Manhattan Bank. Or I get off where there used to be the Twin Towers. Used to be the Twin Towers, you know. You get off underneath on the A train. Or I get off at Wall Street and walk down. There were several places you could get off down there. Wall Street, you can get off 55. You can get off at the Twin Towers, at the A train. You can get the number one train down to South Ferry. All of that. All of that. Water Street was lit. I probably still is, but damn. Talking about lunchtime, man, I was in trouble. I was in trouble. Most High protected me from more trouble. I was in trouble. What? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Crazy, 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 crazy. Mm-mm. Man, back in the days. Yep, Chase Manhattan used to be a black building, a few blocks up by the Twin Towers, and then I was 55 Water Street. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Malik. Every flavor at the sweetest level. All the flavors, man. The sweetest level. Oh my gosh, man. Uh, yeah, I used to get off at, if I was running late, I'd get off down there at number one train, South Ferry. And then if I had time, if I was coming on time, I would get off on Wall Street, or I would get off on, there was another stop, number four train, or I would get off underneath the Twin Towers and walk out, because there was this dude that used to sell these cheesecakes down there. What? What? Oh yeah, Grand Central. Okay, okay. Grand Central too. You ain't lied yet. What's the name? Bryant Park. You talking about Bryant Park, Kendall? Bryant Park. Ooh, Bryant Park. I used to deliver the Wall Street Journal at the Grace Building, which is right across the street from Bryant Park. Bowling Green. That's it. That's it, Clint Stewart. Bowling Green. That's it. That's right. I used to get off there sometime. And I used to deliver the Wall Street Journal 1, 2, and 3 o'clock in the morning at Bryant, right there at the Grace Building. And that sometimes I go down there to get paid. Bryant Park was lit, lit, lit. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, man. Listen, forget about it. Ain't no city in the world like New York City. And I've been to some cities now. Now, I'm going to tell you though. No, wait, let me not lie. Let me not lie. In terms of what we're talking about, there is a city that exceeds New York. They don't have all the flavors that New York has. But I call this city the land of eights, crazy eights. That's Medellin, Colombia. And from what I understand, that ain't nothing compared to other cities in Colombia. I went to Medellin and I was with my wife, and even my wife said, Poppy, there's some really pretty girls here. I said, you think so? I said, you think so, mommy? Trying to play it off. Crazy eights everywhere. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. The northern tribes that combine with Judah in Medellin. The northern tribes that combine with Judah in Medellin. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to tell you, what you see there is not the typical, it's not like Water Street where you got all nations represented. But you talking about Taino. You talking about Inca. You talking about West Africa. And you talking about it all combined into one. And now there wasn't a lot of tens, but the eights got your eyes crossed. Ain't nothing below 6. The eights will have your eyes crossed, man. I mean, all over the place. All over the place. Crazy, 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 crazy. Oh man. I heard about Brazil. Like my boy's dating a Brazilian woman. He told me Brazil is like that too. But when we went to Medellin, I was like, wow, man. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Oh man, and Medellin is in the mountains. So everybody's used to climbing them hills. You know what that does to people when you be climbing them hills like that all the time? Pretty good workout. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, I'm going back. We're going to Medellin in September. Oh, did they? I didn't even know that they were in Bryant Park with watch parties. Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, that's a good spot to have watch party. Bryant Park. That's a good spot to have watch party. Really is. That's a good spot. Yeah. But the Grace Building still there, Guilford? They used to be right across the street from the Grace. It used to be called the Grace Building. Big old white building right across the street. Yeah. Yep. No, you're right, Kendall. Eights are the best. Eights are the best. The sweet spot, no pun intended, is the 8. For real, for real, for real, for real. Man. Problem is, I'm glad I'm married because there's too many 8s. There was too many. There was like armies of 8s in Medellin. It's ridiculous. There's armies of 8s. You turn your head this way, whoo, woo. Be like, whoa, man. Man, armies of 8s all over the place. Medellin. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous, man. It's really crazy over there. But anyway, I'm glad I'm married, man, because I'd be lost my damn mind over there for real. Ooh, man, please. And the American dollar, you'd be like, if you're making 2 G's a month, you middle class, solid middle class in Medellin. You bring in 2 G's a month, 2 G 2,500. You like solid middle class. Like if you was over here making 100. You could do that in Medellin on 2,500. You know what I'm saying? If you 30 grand a year, you're doing good. You're doing good there. There's a lot of places in the world like that, a lot of places in the world like that. You go to Africa, Ghana, Medellin, you know, Mexico, several cities in Mexico. You could be good, 30 grand a year, man. Like a lot of dudes finish their army or the military, and they be, maybe they went in when they was 18 and they come out when they like 48, something like that. They come into their early 40s. They be living large in these places. They go to Medellin, they go to Thailand, they go to the Philippines. Now a lot of them get stupid and lose their shirt, but they be having a little pension and they be coming over there with their little pension and doing well, man. That's what I'm saying. So gotta be careful, Malik. Gotta be careful, man. People have gotten killed. Brothers have gotten killed in Medellin, getting hooked up with the wrong ones. So I wouldn't be going out there at night. One time, my wife and I and two friends of ours were walking through. What was the name of that area? We was in Medellin, nice area. But then all of a sudden, I noticed the women were dressed like hoes, and my man said, "This is the prostitute is legal here." I was like, "What?" And you saw all kind of dudes from all over the world. Mostly it was Canada and white dudes from the United States coming into that park. Poblado, that was the name of this place. Poblado, Antioquia, in Medellin. Poblado. And them girls are trafficked. They're all Colombian, but they look like they would, they would rather be doing something else, but they should, Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. And now they got this little liquid that they just put under your nose and knock you out. But by the time you wake up, they done took everything and left you. You know what I'm saying? They got that. In fact, my friend told me don't even shake somebody's hand because they could put it on your hand and mess you up. So you gotta be careful there. You gotta be very careful. So myself, like I said, I ain't no night owl. I ain't going out in no clubs and all that. That ain't me. I'm 65. I'm trying to chill. You hear what I'm saying? I ain't trying to run out there with all that. I got my woman. I have my little grape juice, and I'm good. I'm not hard to please. You understand? I have my little grape juice. I'm good. But there's a lot of sights to see in Medellin, man. A lot of sights. We went to the top of these mountains, man. There's a lot of sights to see in Medellin. I ain't lying. Shoot. That would rival New York. That would rival New York. But and this thing is, it's like in New York, you get more of the nations. You get all the nations. People from all over Central America, Mexico, South America, Africa, Europe, in New York. You get all of that. Romanian women from Russia. And each of them got their own nation within New York, somewhere in Brooklyn where they live, right? So they got their own little nation, the Russian section, and they got the Romanian section. You got the section from Portuguese. Then you got the Ghanaians, and you got the Nigerians, and you got Zambians. You got all of that. It's all over there in New York. Middle Eastern, right? People from Saudi Arabia, people from Pakistan, people from Bangladesh. That's what it is in Northern Virginia too. Really, that's what it is in Northern Virginia too. Yeah. Yo, it's beautiful. I would love to stay there. When we came back home, I told my wife, I said, man, I'm trying to think of ways we could just sell everything and go back, because that's how I was thinking about Medellin. That's why I'm going for a whole month of September. I won't be in Medellin because it's a different life there, man. It's a nice life. It really is, man. Especially if you come in there with the US dollar, you're doing good in Medellin, man. You're doing good there. Yeah. Oh, we bought, an anal retentive came into the camp, y'all. An anal retentive came into the camp. Let me get my pooper scooper out and sweep the anal retentive out of the camp. Yeah, get rid of the anal retentive. Okay, all right. Yeah, some people really get off being trolls. They really do. I mean, I guess there's different strokes for different folks, right? Different ways on different days, as Khalid would say. But some people really get off being a troll. Now, trolls are annoying, but I sometimes take them on because I could tell them off. They can come in here talking all whatever. If they're the redneck troll, I got something for y'all. I said, when y'all become human from Neanderthal, let me know. Oh man. Hey, Alex, what's up? I appreciate that, man. Yeah, yeah, right, right. He's out, Malik. We got rid of that disease. I got the preparation H for the hemorrhoid. I got the preparation H for the hemorrhoid, y'all. We had to take care of that business, But anyway, yeah. I apply preparation H to the hemorrhoid gone. There you go. That's right, Sincere. They got to be a team. See, the Knicks proved that. See, now you got to have some talent. Now, that's the problem that NBA has now. There is no five that can guard Carl Anthony Towns. There's no five. There's no Wemby. No. Nobody can guard Carl Anthony Towns. And then don't get switched off one-on-one with JB. Ask Wemby. He was pointing at his head like, I'm in your head. Are you really? Your ass in Bahamas somewhere because we done sent you home. You understand? So, yeah. Yeah. So there's that. You understand? So there's no answer for cat. You can't, cat don't grow on trees. You ain't getting one of those. You get a lot of 7-foot dudes, but ain't that many cats out there. Ain't that many. Joker, Giannis. I think that's about it. What you think? Am I missing somebody, y'all? I see Joker and Giannis. That's it. Right? Bam is good, but he ain't cat. I don't know nobody that's cat. Embiid, when he plays, could maybe approach cat. Maybe, but I doubt it, as we saw last year. So I don't know. But there's no answer for Carlton. There's no defense you can do that's going to lock up Towns and Brunson. Okay? There's no defense you could do. If you want to put a smaller guy on him and have a big try to guard OG, y'all seen what OG did last year. OG went straight grown ass man on Wemby. He went straight grown ass man on him. You understand? What? What? And then there was the road runner. And Deuce didn't even have a good series. I'm telling you, that hernia thing affected him more than he said. That ain't gonna happen this year. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Exactly, Javon. Gotta take it easy. Take it easy. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yep. Too many suckers and not enough time, right? To take them all out with one clip from me 9. That's what they say. Isn't that right, Yeah, too many suckers and not enough time to take them all out with one clip from me 9. Oh, man. The best challenge guard and cat you think is Bam? I don't think so. Let me see. If I had to think of a guy that could really challenge Cat, I don't know. Maybe that young boy Bryant in Denver, in San Antonio. He's a really good defender, but Cat will kill him too. I don't know. I really don't know. Sengun, you think Sengun could do it? Maybe Sengun. Maybe. But none of them can really handle Cat. They just have a chance to slow him down. A chance. Maybe. You understand? So, yeah, no, I don't think so. It was disrespectful, Sincere. It just goes to show the league. The league is trying to create stars. They figure Wemby's the next upcoming star. And so they should have, there's no way Brunson should have been on that. Definitely. But okay, no problem. Sincere, you're right. But you know what? We all kind of understand this. All you're doing is motivating Jalen Brunson. See, when you do stuff like that, you know he notices it. He notices that, and all you're doing is motivating him. That's what McCall was saying after they won the trip. Remember, McCall had a little bit too much grape juice, and he was going live. Remember that? McCall was telling you he's already getting ready. He sees that, and all you're doing is motivating him. That's all you're doing. Okay, that's all you're doing. So yeah, they should have put him up there, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna see what's up. I know you're right, Malik. I agree. There's no way. You're right. You're right. Sincere is right. Y'all are correct. There's no way we should even consider nobody else. But it's all good. Dude wins MVP of the Emirates Cup. Dude wins the championship. Dude wins MVP of the championship series. Okay? Come on, man. Come on, man. Nope, they can't take the chip from us. And they better be careful because they can't stop us from getting another one if the Knicks are right. If the Knicks are not hurt, they're going to be trouble for the NBA. Trouble. Eastern right. MVP of the ECF too. That's right, Coach House. He took that too. See, please. All you're doing is motivating him. And we got the right team with the right guy to get motivated. Oh my gosh, man. Right, Kev. In a way, it's sad that you shouldn't be surprised, right, Kev? You should be surprised that they didn't do it, but you know how they hate the Knicks. That's all. Between BSPN and all these stupid people putting all these stupid rumors out there, man, please. And and I know right now, how Clyde Frazier has been royalty in New York from the time they won that second chip. Brunson is now royalty in New York. Okay, he is. There's no place in New York he would have to pay for a meal. No. There's no place in New York if he wanted to go to a bar that he'd have to drink and pay for it. There's no place. He can go to any restaurant he wants. It could be packed. They will make room for Jalen Brunson. Exactly. He's royalty in New York right now for the rest of his life. And all that's going to do is motivate him some more. That's all. Shoot. Yeah, right. He's not a superstar. He's not a guy. He's not a 1A. I mean, come on, man. Girlfriend need to keep her mouth shut. Don't even say nothing. Just shut it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think he's just as big as Judge. And Judge is pretty, Judge is big in New York, right? And rightly so. Judge is a dude, man, for the Yankees, man. I mean, how did they end up with him? He's a man. Judge is a grown-ass man with a baseball bat in his hand. You hear what I'm saying? But Brunson winning a chip in NYC with the Knicks. What? There you go. That's right. So I'm as y'all are. I'm excited about the season. I just want them to be healthy. I'm excited about the season. And I do want to see who they get for that second big. They're going to get another one. I don't know if it's going to be this dude Robbins you're tripping on, or it's going to be our boy Jemison, or it's going to be Cisse. They're going to get somebody. And when they do, what? And you know what, too? I'm excited to see Muhammad Diawara play, right? Yo, I want to see him play. I can't wait to see him play. And Deuce is going to come back healthy. And Shamit's going to be healthy. Grand Theft Alvarado going to do his thing. And then you got West 4th Street. Oh, my gosh. And then we got Kolek still. Man, please. Me too. I've been watching replays. Man, please. We're going to be in good shape, y'all. We're going to be in good shape. I'm trying to tell you, man, we're going to be in good shape. I may have to go get a Knicks Phoenix. I may have to get a Knicks Phoenix and bring my mama to a game. Now, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? I should get a Knicks Phoenix ticket and bring my mama to a game. Ooh, man. What? Oh, man. Yeah, right. Oh, man. That ring ceremony is going to be off the chain. It's going to be off the chain at MSG. Off the chain. Yeah, Coach House, I got to see when the schedule comes out and ask my mom if she wants to go. But, yeah, I would like to go. I may want to go to a Phoenix Knicks game out there in Phoenix, Arizona, man. I may want to do it. Let's see what happens. That's right. Oh, I don't like. See, Philly's a little dangerous for me. Coach House, if one of you are from Philly, I might feel safer. But just to walk in there, I don't know. I don't know about Philly. Philly's a little dangerous to me. It's like going to Boston Garden. I wouldn't want to go there either. You understand? I'd be scared. I will. I'm very cautious. I'm a cautious man. I don't even go to Miami. I have people say, come to Miami, bro. I ain't going to Miami. No. Yeah, we are in Philly, Coach Hauser. I know they're going. I saw the other day they're going to roll run and had the whole Phillies outfit on when the Mets played the Philadelphia Phillies, man. Right, but see, I don't know about this here. I'll be wearing this here. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I'm a little. My spidey senses tingle if I go to Philly with Miami. There's certain cities my spidey senses be tingling. Miami, Philly, my spidey senses be tingling, man. And when my spidey senses tingling, I don't be messing with it. Boston. Oh, my spidey senses always tingle when I go to Boston. I don't like going to Massachusetts to begin with, and then Boston on top of it. Oof. I got you, Coach House. I got you. I got you. Detroit, I don't know. I was in Detroit. I didn't feel too bad. I mean, it was a little dangerous. I was more scared of running into a deer in Michigan, to be quite honest with you, than heads. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, see that? See that, Javon? That's what I'm saying. See that? See that? That's what I'm saying. See, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about Philly, man. But I might try to catch a game in Phoenix, though. Ain't nothing wrong with the desert. Still a desert. Be wintertime, be nice and warm there. Be all right. Be all right. And I wouldn't need that. I went to go see my mama. She had a bedroom all set for me. I got the hotel. I didn't even know she was gonna do that. She had the bedroom all set and everything, man. So if I went there, I wouldn't have to pay for no hotel. Maybe a rent a car. Nah, I wouldn't have to pay for that because she got a car. Ooh, I think we'd be, Phoenix might be a deal. We'll see. Let's see how many points I get, man, on my card. Points be paying for a lot of this stuff. Just getting them, racking up points, If I get some points, that help pay for it. I know at least one trip is going to be there on points. Oh, yeah. Is that right? Okay. No, I never been to the Lakers. I never been to the game in LA. My mom is 85. My mom is 85 and still kicking, man. My mom is 85 and still kicking. I am Coach House. You ain't lied yet. You ain't lied. You ain't lied. You ain't lied. You ain't lied. But I gotta live myself. I would go to all these dick games and run out of money, so I ain't gonna do that. But I know I gotta go to. Definitely gotta go to Minnesota, and I definitely gotta go to Capital One Arena to see the Wizards. Oh yeah, it's the Jamaican side, Malik. You can't keep no Jamaican woman down. You crazy? Jamaican man. My mother still works. My mother still works. I said, Mom, she said, I like to work. I was like, okay. I don't know. I don't know about Cleveland either. I don't know. Only I would go out in Minnesota because my sons and my grandson is there. And of course, my daughters are in DC. So I would go there. But I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. We have to see. We have to see what happens there. And of course, as Cherokee mentioned, I would go to Brooklyn. I got too many peoples there. I'm not worried about Brooklyn. I got too many peoples there. I got lots of peoples there. You know what I'm saying? So I would go there. Yeah. Yeah, man. I said, oh, okay. We'll see. We'll see when I go back, man. We'll see. Yeah, man. Yeah. You don't mess with no Jamaican woman, bro. You just don't. You just don't, man. Oh man, my mother, she 85, talking about going to work, man. Yep. I heard New Orleans is a little dangerous though, Coach House. I heard New Orleans is a little dangerous, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. Anyway, I gotta take my wife to dinner. It's time for our dinner date. It's Sunday. We have our little dinner date on Sunday. I gotta take my body Kenya to dinner. We're gonna have a good meal. I'm into some chicken parmesan today, so we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, right. Right. All right, y'all. Hey, it's always a great time hanging out with real Knicks Nation. Not no jerks like the hemorrhoid that came in earlier. Some real Knicks Nation. So thank you all. Malik, Prezi, Greg, Cherokee. Y'all know Coach Hauser, Sincere, Guilford, all y'all. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate. DC is dangerous. DC is the most dangerous city I ever been to. Period. It really is. It could pop off anytime, any day. It don't have to be night. It could be 1 o'clock in the afternoon in DC. It could pop off, and I've seen it. DC, you just got to run into the wrong crew at the wrong time. They could be teenage kids or adults. Most of the time, they're young kids, but they will kill you. They will kill you. There's no doubt. And it could be any time, day or night. They jumped dude at 3 o'clock in the afternoon one time. I think they gave him messed his brain up for life. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, that's what I'm saying. So DC is crazy. It really is dangerous, man. Dangerous, dangerous. But where the arena is very safe. They got tons of cops. Where Capital One Arena is, you in good shape there. You're in good shape right there. And they got the restaurant next door. I forgot the name of it. It's a really good restaurant. I always make a reservation there when I'm going to see a game there. Yeah, it's a really nice restaurant. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, they got right there at that area where they got National Museum of Art or History or whatever is there. Cops everywhere. Cops everywhere. I mean, you ain't nothing coming off there. Not there. So you're safe right there. Okay, right there, you're safe. You get on Gallery Place right there, you walk down the block, it's just like a block, and you're good. Yeah, I'm looking for some chicken parm today. I think I'm gonna do that today. So y'all, please enjoy. I'm gonna have me a little grape juice, help your food go down easy. You know what I mean? Do that a little bit, be all right. Y'all be safe. We'll be talking soon. I can't wait. The next big thing to me, aside from the trade or whatever the Knicks are going to get for that second big, is the schedule coming out in mid-August. About maybe 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we're going to get the schedule. That's going to be lit. So that's when we're going to make all our plans. Okay? Y'all, please be safe. Enjoy yourselves. All right? Thank you for hanging out. Always fun. Shalom.